Now, a Peruvian horse is a breed of naturally smoothly gaited horses whose ancestral home is Peru in South America. They have been established for 5 centuries and are selectively bred for their unique gait, stamina, beauty, and a willing cooperative energy, which is known as brio. They are not to be mistaken with the Paso Fino, which is an entirely different breed of horse. Because of its isolation for over 400 years, the Peruvian horse has evolved as one of the purest breeds in the world. And the existence of this breed has been called the greatest selection ever achieved by a group of breeders. The trademark of the breed is a unique, inherited, 4-beat lateral gait called the Paso. And when in gait, the Peruvian horse always has at least 1 foot on the ground. And the gait then has no moment of suspension, making them very sure-footed and undoubtedly the smoothest riding horse in the world. Now, the gait of the Peruvian horse can be as slow as a flat walk, or as fast as an extended trot or collected canter. Both the gait and the flashy front leg movement, known as a termino, are completely natural. They're not aided in any way by artificial training or devices. And in fact, both in Peru and North America, Peruvian horses are shown without shoes and with short, natural toes. Peruvian horses come in all basic solid colors as well as gray and roan. The average height is between 14 and 15 hands high, making them easy to saddle and easy to mount from the ground. The temperament of the Peruvian horse is one of the world's best, thanks to a long-standing Peruvian practice of not breeding animals which have an unsuitable disposition. Their select breeding in Peru has made these horses a study in contradiction. They're high-spirited, but easy to handle, and have a refined appearance, but they're very powerful. And the sensible disposition of the Peruvian horse makes them a joy to own for many types of riders. They're used for pleasure riding, trails, shows, and parades. They're also very successful in ranch work, cattle penning, competitive trail, and endurance riding. And because of their manageable size, extreme smoothness, and tractable disposition, they are especially suited for riders with back, hip, and knee problems. Peruvian horses can be ridden and shown in all types of tack, but the Peruvian tack is made specifically for the breed by artisans in Peru. The headsets are an intricately handcrafted series of fine braids and knots that can take up to a year to complete. Saddles and tailpiece are finely carved from the best hides, with trees specially designed for each individual horse. Now, young Peruvian horses are started in a bozal and are shown bitless until they're 5 years old. Now, only after the young horse is completely trained in bozal is the bit introduced, and this is done gradually with 4 reins to assure that the sensitivity of the mouth is preserved. And it can take almost a year before the horse can be considered finished in bit. And this form of training makes for a very responsive, soft mouth. The Peruvian horse has been designated as a national treasure in Peru, and the breed has been established in many countries around the world. In Canada, the Peruvian Horse Association of Canada governs shows and registries of purebred horses. And the Ontario Peruvian Horse Association is an affiliate of the Canadian Association. They're a group of owners and aficionados that come together to enjoy and promote their Peruvian horses through educational clinics, organized trail rides, dances, demonstrations at horse fairs, as well as here at the Royal, pointed shows, and most recently a wine tour on horseback in beautiful Prince Edward County. Their members welcome the chance to share their love of these wonderful horses with anyone interested in sharing this truly unique equine treasure. Representing the Peruvian horse for us this afternoon, actually this morning, is HCP Endora. She was born in British Columbia, came to Ontario at 2 years of age, started training at 3, and is now 4.5 years old. This year, she was a champion of breeding mare, equitation, bozal horse, as well at the Ontario Peruvian Championships. And riding Endora is Valerie Henderson. And Valerie has trained gaited horses for over 30 years. She's been breeding and training Peruvians for 8 years with her husband Norman at the Beaconhurst Stable in Kendal, Ontario. She also shows dressage with 2 Andalusians. We welcome then to our Spirit of the Horse Ring the Peruvian horse. And